Hey guys, Greg here, Bone Tactical. I am excited to bring you the 2025 Bone Tactical product lineup. Now, it's been a long time coming, this video. I've had a really hard time trying to get everything back in stock. I couldn't do it. I'm not gonna have items that I won't sell to you guys just so I can make a video about them. So I got everything that I could get. I make everything you see here by hand. It's all small batch made. I make them in small batches and then I get them all together, list them on the website, and when they're gone, right? But if they're on the website, they're in stock. That's probably one of the big differences between myself and other companies. I don't do back orders or anything like that. I want my people to be able to get stuff right away. Everything ships within 48 hours, free shipping in the US. I do this to supply the world with the most effective edged weapons, self-defense tools, and non-permissive environment equipment available on the market. Point blank period. That's why I do it. So full transparency, right? And I love my ability as well to help via outreach programs that we're involved in. If you want to see that, check out all the videos here on the channel. Anyway, 2025 product lineup. I'm going to start off, or try to start off, with what's brand new, with the new stuff, absolute new products, new for 2025. The hottest, newest item is this machete, okay? It's a much smaller version than the other machete that was available previously. They still come with the strap system, okay? So you can wear it around, sling it any kind of way. It also has this feature here where it can be worn on your belt. So you just slip your belt through here for hip carry, or you can have it slung with the strap. It comes with the strap. Super versatile. You check out the website for what the actual blade itself looks like. These are all packaged up. I keep them in nylon so that there's no discoloration on the blade itself during storage process and all that, shipping and everything. So I don't want to pull all the nylon and the grease off the blade and everything like that just for this video. I will do a video on these specifically very soon, so stay tuned for that. But what I wanted to show you with these new machetes is they are a shorter version. They have the full hand guard and they're available in 3 different styles or colorways, which is the Modern Warrior, the Space Cowboy, and the Resolute Warrior editions. Okay, so that's this is the most affordable version. This is a version that goes to a crazy looking version here that goes to support poor homeless children in Central America. Check out the video on that if you're more interested. And then we have this beautiful wood version, right? The biggest difference is, like I say, the hand guard, and this is just an absolute beast in CQB. It just really, any way you use your hand in there, and it's shorter and lighter and just amazing, amazing. Really can't get over. I actually don't want to sell these, and the price point is crazy. I finally found a way. We're using a steel that I was able to get a pretty good price on, and then just overall really high quality steel. And then we use the Bone Tactical Super Steel on the big ones, right? And then I'm using a super high quality tool steel, individually heat treated, everything handmade. You have my personal guarantee that there is no machete more effective in the world, point blank period. These things, cutting and chopping and anything, just absolutely insanely amazing. I've been doing some testing with these, and there's a video on the channel of the original machete already, and then I'll do a full testing video and everything. Definitely check it out. I'll do some testing videos of the smaller ones coming here soon. One of our hottest items just back in stock for 2025 as well is the BoneJack. All right, what is the BoneJack, Greg? Good question. If it were a blackjack, which I'm not saying that it is, it would be a game changer. Why? Well, it's very small, it's easy to conceal. You can literally just stick it in your pocket. If this was a jeans pocket, I could stick it in my pocket. 100% legal to carry everywhere. Why? Because it's not a blackjack, because it's a coin holder. What does that mean? Well, it comes with this "We Have a Winner" bronze coin in the coin pouch. And this bronze coin just fits nicely here in the coin pouch, and now allows you to carry your blackjack, ouch, anywhere you want to go. This thing is awesome. All right, great swell pattern here, so you get that hand grip, so you really can hold your coin, challenge coin strongly. Bronze challenge coin, so it's heavy enough I have seen some coin pouches out there on the internet that are just a pure gimmick. They're very similar to this. If you put a bunch of quarters or something in here, it's not going to be heavy enough. It has to be, this is perfectly balanced with this challenge coin. And then if you really want to get a good grip on it, you just stick your hand through the loop here, and then you get even more reach, okay, on it, and then it's not going to fall out of your hand no matter what. All right, this is an absolute game changer, guys. Simply because of the fact that it's as or more effective than anything ever. It's not new technology, so it's just highly effective. But the big difference is now you can legally carry it anywhere. This is the only one in the world that you can legally carry anywhere. Anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. So incredible product here. Absolute game changer, innovation at its finest. Few in stock right now at the time of making this video. I can't promise that they'll still be in stock when the video comes out, because I'm about to send out that email blast. If you're not on the email list, get on it, letting people know these are back in stock. The combat screwdriver, new for 2025 because it's finally been updated. World's strongest screwdriver, okay? I will give you the rundown here on the difference between the TSA screwdriver, which is a little bit smaller, and the combat screwdriver. Now they both come with the thermoplastic sheath, which allows it to be carried inside the waistband. Again, the recurring theme here is that they're legal to be carried anywhere in the world, and I'll show you the difference between the TSA version here and the combat version here. So the TSA is just a little bit smaller, complies with TSA regulations with a screwdriver being under 7 inches. The combat screwdriver is larger. Now the big change here was that the combat screwdriver previously to this one, had a solid handle, and it's still the world's strongest screwdriver with this cutout in the handle. It's just manageable. It was so heavy before, because this is 5160 individually heat treated steel. These are incredibly strong, just literally the world's strongest screwdriver, but by far, far and above. A lot of guys will carry these because they carry it as a pry bar, but also it's just devastating for anything that you need to use it for, if you know what I mean. The full-size version is awesome, but the full-size version is not TSA compliant, right? So carry, you know, where you would want to. Just a crazy good carry tool. It does everything that your knife can't do, but it's legal to carry virtually anywhere. This little TSA version here, has a little bit of a different shape so that it's easily brought, you know, through TSA. It's a screwdriver. It's less than 7 inches. I do recommend that when you take it on the plane with you, pull it out of your sheath and throw it in with another tool, with a pliers or something like that, so you don't have a big problem, because they might say, hey, you know, why is that screwdriver in a sheath? Screwdrivers don't have sheaths. So just pull it out of the sheath, put the sheath somewhere else in your luggage or in your pocket or whatever, and then put this somewhere else, put them apart. This goes through the machine with a pliers, the hollow handle. You just tell them, hey, it's a screwdriver. They'll measure it. It's less than 7 inches, and you're good to go, TSA compliant. So big deal, because now we have not just the world's strongest screwdriver, but an incredibly effective tool that you can also carry anywhere. Also new for 2025 is a huge host of our Covert self-defense tools, Covert carry tools, a massive amount of them. I dropped a bunch this year because we sold out on so many. The Big Nasty went crazy. I sold the last few Big Nasties for $500 a piece because people just wanted them so bad. And now they're selling from private collections and at knife shows and gun shows and stuff like that. If you can find them, they're selling for like, I don't even know. I've heard crazy reports of massive, just the value skyrocketing on these things because they're serialized collector's editions. So this is the new Big Nasty. Then we've got the new Berserker, which is the newest iteration of the bone opener. And then we've also got the version 2 of the Kinetic bottle opener, which now has a screwdriver in it. So really cool stuff here. We've got the Vagabond cigar punch, which I'll talk about here in a second. Talking about covert carry tools here for a second, the bone occlusion bracelet, big all-time favorite. They're just now back in stock in the black ones. I haven't even put one up here on the wall yet because I just got them back in stock in black version. In 2025, I'm going to be phasing out this natural color Kevlar just because it's kind of, it's not as popular, and it's just a natural color Kevlar. I like the black ones better, and personally, so if you do like this natural Kevlar color, it's not painted, that's just the color of Kevlar. It's like a yellow beige-ish color. If you do like those, get it now, because when they're gone forever. And then we've got these tire thumpers. There's a few different versions now in stock of different hardwoods, exotic hardwoods for 2025. The big difference here is these are the world's strongest, okay? Simply because of the fact that they're made out of exotic hardwoods that nobody else is using. The next best tire thumper you can get is made out of American hickory, okay? All of our woods are a little bit stronger than American hickory. This particular tamarind is about 2 to 3 times as strong as American hickory. Okay, so it's heavier and it's harder, and it's just an absolutely devastating bat because of the wood that it's made out of, not because it's any different. It's actually a design that's been used for 100 years as a baton, police baton, stuff like that. Nothing new with the design, but the wood that I can source is just, it's a much stronger wood. So check out the thumpers. When they're gone, they're gone. The wood that I can source, I don't know how much more I can source it. Now the tamarind is the heaviest and the hardest and the strongest, but it's not necessarily what you would choose if you want it just for presentation, okay? Because it's a very grainy, very coarse, very fibrous wood. There's a lot of natural voids and what looks like splits and cracks. They're not splits and cracks. I don't put wood filler because I think it's sacrilege. I think it's terrible to use wood filler. I don't like to use wood filler. I like to actually see the wood. And so if you do buy a tamarind, there's a good chance that it has a knot or a hole or something like that. That's completely normal for tamarind. That's how tamarind is supposed to be. It's not gonna break, it's not gonna split. In the part of Central America that I get this wood from, they use them for axe handles. I've got an axe handle at my workshop that we've chopped hundreds of trees down with, or maybe not down, but chopped hundreds of trees up with to create fence posts, mostly fallen lumber, but we've cut hundreds of cuts on big trees with the axe, and the handle's going strong. It's got fissures and what looks like cracks, but it's the natural grain pattern of the wood. It's not a problem, just so you guys know that. If you want a more beautiful wood, I definitely would recommend any of the others. They're a little lighter, a little less strong, still stronger than American hickory, still stronger than anything else on the market, but they're more beautiful. They don't have the voids and the fissures and the veins that are open or not like tamarind does. So that's all on the website if you want to check that out. Definitely something to consider. Now let's look at the new for 2025 self-defense tools, or more specifically, covert carry tools. The biggest change with all of these is that they're thicker, okay? They're all now 1/2 inch thick. These are all limited edition. I only did 150 of each one of these. They're thicker. Why are they thicker? Because they fill the hand, and there's nothing on the market even close to being this thick and this heavy duty. This one in particular is the Berserker, okay? Bone Berserker. All of these ones here that I'm gonna show you come with a screwdriver, making it legal to carry pretty much anywhere in the world, virtually anywhere in the world. And again, protects the fists if used as a glass breaker in an emergency situation, pretty much any way you flail your fist. But they're just massive, guys. And what that does when they're this thick, it supports the small bones of the hand here. And being this thick, when you have to actually use it, it makes that it doesn't wobble back and forth, so it doesn't hurt your finger here or these two fingers here. So it doesn't want to wobble back and forth as much. Now the next versions that I make of these will be a little bit thinner, because I've had a couple people looking on the website, not people that have actually bought them, but a couple people looking on the website and saying, dang, they're 1/2 inch thick. Why are they so thick? Because they're gonna be hard to carry. They're really not hard to carry. They're very easy to carry. They still fit in the pocket great. They're just crazy effective at this thick. I'm gonna go back to making them a little thinner on the next batch, just because unfortunately I do have to make stuff that people understand. And I think people just looking at the website don't understand why they're so thick, and because I've sold so many thinner ones in the past. Another thing people don't understand is that aluminum these are not aluminum. These are aircraft aluminum, which is not an element. It's not a particular metal. It's an alloy. And there's various different aircraft aluminum alloys. Aircraft aluminum is not aluminum. Aluminum is an element or a base metal, or basically it is 100% aluminum is 100% aluminum. It's weak, it's not, nobody uses aluminum for anything. You use aluminum alloys. So these aluminum alloys are crazy, crazy strong. They're light. They have all of the benefits for this particular use case of titanium. They're just half the price, okay? So I use aluminum so you guys can still be able to afford these, and so that they're anodized, they last forever, they'll outlast you, they'll outlast your kids. They will literally last. There's no determinable age on how long these will last. They'll last forever. You can't break them, you can't beat them up, you can't ruin them. The only thing that would break off it maybe in 100 years is the O-rings, right? I've never had all the O-rings fall off mine. I think in my 15 years of 20 years now of designing and producing these, I've had 1 or 2 O-rings break and fall off. That's why there's 3, okay? You can get O-rings, replacement O-rings at any auto parts store. All right, the new Kinetic bottle opener, a big favorite because it's smaller and easier to carry. Okay, also legal to be carried virtually anywhere. The big difference on this one, on the V2, this is the V2 new for 2025, is the screwdriver we've put in there. That's the big change there. It now has a screwdriver as well. Like I say, all these have screwdrivers. The Big Nasty, this is the newest iteration of the Big Nasty, okay? It's been a lineup. This is like Gen, I don't even know how many, of the Big Nasty. The big change here with the new iteration of the Big Nasty is that it now has this wrench cutout. And always the idea here, guys, is making these more legal to carry anywhere you carry your keys. So now that it's this, it's a wrench, okay? It's a screwdriver. Of course, it's big and it's nasty as well, but you don't have to tell anybody that. These are brought on planes all the time, brought everywhere in the world. I've got videos of me bringing them probably in 30 different countries now. And all here on the channel, I've brought them just about everywhere, international flights, all that kind of stuff. So really, really cool tools. And, you know, definitely check these out, right? This is the newest version of the Big Nasty. Again, there's only 150 of each one of these. The next time I make some, they're gonna be another new design change. I only make small batch stuff, so when they're gone, they're gone. One of my favorite and coolest things for this year is the Vagabond cigar punch. And I like this so much because other than just fitting the hand perfectly well and being useful for you know what, it has this feature here, which when I pull this out, it's now a cigar punch, okay? I punch the cigar and then I pull this out and I push this little pin through the hole and get the tobacco out of there if it gets stuck in there. When I'm carrying it, I can keep it assembled like this when I'm carrying it on my keys, right? Keychain, loop there. Or I can take this out and put it in this way and carry it like that. All right, so there's a pointed part there. And that pointed part, well, I'm sure you guys know what that pointy part can do. This is made from bone durantium. It is now the world's strongest non-permissive environment material, okay? It's stronger than any other non-magnetic, non-metallic NPE material on the market by far, all right? Absolutely crazy strong. And if you wanna know more, check out the website. Now we've got a bunch of covert carry tools for 2025 that are not new, and we've got some that are very low in stock, such as the 100% genuine mahogany, rainforest top grade mahogany. When you see mahogany, guys, on the internet, make sure you see genuine mahogany, and then within genuine mahogany, there's 7 species of mahogany, and this is the highest quality out of all of those. Okay, so you don't really even understand how crazy good this wood is. Let me tell you real quick. Mahogany became popular because the Spanish Armada, when discovering mahogany in Central America, long time ago when they had wooden ships, they realized that mahogany is such a crazy quality wood that when a cannonball hits one of their boats when it's made out of mahogany, it doesn't splinter and cause wood splinters that kill the crew. It just punctures a little hole in the mahogany, it splits very nicely, and they lose a lot less lives. It's light, it's very easy to work with, and it's absolutely beautiful, so they have these amazing boats. That is when mahogany gained its popularity. It's still one of the best woods out there because it's light, easy to work with, and doesn't splinter, right? The beauty is what's so crazy about it, in my opinion, just an absolutely beautiful wood. I mean, you can see here how beautiful this is. This is a Coupe, all right? If you open it up, it's got cord on the inside. I think you guys probably know what you can do with cord in between your hands like this. I'm not gonna open it up and unfurl it and all that. Anyway, I don't have a lot of these left, okay? This is the Bone compliance tool and 100% beautiful mahogany. I don't know how quickly I'm gonna be able to get these back in stock when they're gone. This mahogany, the reason that I tell you all this about mahogany, and I'm talking all about mahogany, other than the fact that it's an incredible tool on its own in its own right, this species of mahogany is almost lost off the face of the earth. I do still have some, but I had to go out into the jungles and find a fallen tree from this, and it was incredibly painstaking. When these are gone, they're gone. I do still have some of the wood though. Again, we talked about the batons. The Coupe de Grace is new for 2025 as well. I do have this in 3 different versions. Modern Warrior, this is a push dagger. I have it in Resolute Warrior, and I have it in the Night Raid version, which you see right here, which is just all black, okay? This is just an absolutely incredible, devastating push dagger. Stabs, slashes, does everything other push daggers don't, and it is correctly made to fit the hand in line with the way that you properly strike in actual martial arts, actual striking techniques. So this is just very simply the most effective push dagger on the market. The sheath is part of that reason because it just clips right inside the waistband right here, and it is so fast to access. You just literally reach down, grab it, and pull it out. Reach down, grab it, and pull it out, okay? And it's in your hand. Reach down, boom, and you just pull it out. It's in your hand correctly, ready to go. New for 2025. Now, this is probably the most effective self-defense edged weapon in the world because it's intuitive. You just reach down, pull it out, and you're good to go. Like I say, I can't really stress how crazy the Coupe de Grace, or Coup de Gras, push dagger is from Bone Tactical. Moving right along, the NPE Ghost Knife is not anything new for you guys. It's been our most popular product now for about 3 years. I've sold thousands and thousands and thousands of these, and people absolutely love them. Every video I reiterate this, guys. This is an NPE tool. So if you want an NPE tool, this is as good as it gets. We have a new for 2025 version of this here, which is the NPE Ghost Spike, bone durantium, solid bone durantium. It's a spike, this is a knife. These are 2 of your top, they are the top non-permissive environment carry tools in the world that are non-magnetic and non-metallic. So that's your 2 options. If you want a spike, if you want a knife, that's your 2 options. But guys, if you don't need to carry this into a non-permissive environment, if you're not gonna be in salt water every day, if you're not gonna be carrying it where there's metal detectors, if you don't need to be sneaking it somewhere, whatever the heck, use your own definition of non-permissive environment. Please don't sneak them anywhere, okay? Just for future reference. Just saying. And if you don't need that, then just get the EDC Relentless. People like these because they're affordable. This is the EDC version, everyday carry, of what I make that's the most affordable. All right, so if you want affordable, you cannot beat the EDC Relentless. It's like $40 shipped, delivered to your house. Comes with the full carry system, the neck chain, the sheath. This is stainless steel, it'll last your entire life, and there's nothing on the planet like it. It's symmetrical design, fast to access, knurled, okay, frag grenade style grip, just everything you can imagine that you would want out of a $200 knife in a $40 knife. Again, when I've said in previous videos, I made about 5,000 of these, and when they're gone, they're gone. I'm not making any more, okay? I've already sold well over 5,000 of these. I don't know why these don't sell as fast as these. I think the Ghost Knife name, people just buy it because of the name, but most people that probably buy the Ghost Knife would probably do better with the Relentless. If you don't need it to be in a non-permissive environment or for a non-permissive environment, I would recommend the Relentless instead. The best option, if you want a 100% handmade, because this is injection molded handle, this is injection molded handle. These are hand ground, the final sharpened hand, but they're machine made up to a certain point. Everything else on the board here is handmade, right? This one in particular is 100% handmade, our most affordable version of a 100% handmade knife. I'll just show you this real quick. This is the Tradecraft Kank. Every bit of everything good about the EDC Kank, just in a much more affordable version. There's nothing else handmade on the market, this effective, this high quality, none of that, okay? So if you want affordable, working your way up, there's the EDC Kank, all right? That's our high-end version. New for 2025 is the EDC MUT. This is a game changer because it can be worn both vertically on the belt. These clips, they can be taken off and just put this way. And then I love just a normal belt carry of the belt knife. This sits up high so it doesn't get in the way of stuff, and it's concealable because it doesn't sit very far below the waistline, and it's a massive, incredibly effective blade. This is a huge, nasty blade. I just did some testing on this. I'm actually editing the testing video right now, and even I was impressed with how crazy this thing functions, and the fact that you can carry it concealed every day as a fixed blade knife, just a game changer. And this design is a do everything design. It does absolutely everything. Real game changer, okay? Absolute game changer here. Available in the 3 different versions, okay? We've got 3 different versions of this EDC MUT. I think we're sold out of the Night Raid, which I couldn't get those back in stock for the video, I'm sorry. These sell out extremely quick. I think this particular version, I'm gonna do an email blast after this video, but this Modern Warrior version sold out in like 5 minutes on the last batch. Crazy, just a crazy knife overall. It can be worn scout carry the way it's set up. You can left-handed or right-handed. EDC MUT, just your everyday carry, pinnacle of everyday carry. Belt knife, guys, old school belt knife brought into the modern world. I put this on, you wouldn't even know I have it on. Just this is probably my favorite thing for 2025. It is new for 2025, like I say. We've got the Resolute Warrior Edition. Moving right along, the biggest change with our Bowie knives is we're constantly upgrading the sheath, okay? And so this is the Bloody Bill Bowie. We're out of stock of the Bushranger right now, but we've got the Bloody Bill Bowie and we've got the Double Tapper Bowie. Again, they're the same knife. The biggest thing for 2025 is we're getting slimmer, more streamlined sheaths. They're just incredible sheaths. They have their own, okay, lock-in, okay? And then they also have an extra retention to make them jumpable for special operations and special forces guys. The big deal of these two is every other big blade like this, every other Bowie has they have a crap sheath, and then they have a crap little nylon loop on there. So what this does is it's a double loop. You put your belt through there and it's strong. It stays tight on your belt. It doesn't flip and flop around. You can actually carry it and use it. We've got actual special operations guys using these. You guys have seen the videos of the double tapper version over there in Israel in the fight. This version was actually designed specifically for a friend of mine who's an Israeli special operations guy, designed in conjunction with him, has the features that he wanted on there. So you guys know all about that. We're still making the world's strongest and sharpest tomahawks, all right? The Bone Breacher, this one's I just did some testing with it yesterday, something really cool. You guys are gonna have to check that video out. We've got the smaller version. The only thing new for 2025 is some of the new versions are now shipping with this little protector on the bottom here. And the reason I added a Kydex protector to the bottom there was because, again, some of our guys working overseas said that they didn't have time to add this to their kit, and they just threw it in a backpack, and they wanted something that didn't have the pry bar out to be exposed and to like maybe break sensitive equipment or electronics that they might also have in their bag. And so that's really cool. I have had a lot of reports of guys using these with the sheaths on them as less lethal devices, and it's, so it's still fully usable with a sheath on the top and the bottom. That's just a little cool thing we added for 2025. We're actually in the process of adding that. The Bushranger Bowie Bowie's out of stock. The closest thing is the Bushcraft Survival Knife System. It has the full leather, beautiful leather. Again, all of our hand-tooled leather. You guys know all the leather products. Top quality leather. Nothing new. The Bone Destroyer, okay, is what a lot of people are calling the world's first true self-defense folding knife because it can be used before it's opened, all right? And then a lot of people have never seen or are not familiar with a friction folder. So it has a tab on it, and then what that means is that this knife is not closing in your hand no matter what, because your hand is the lock, okay? And then that's that little back tab right there. So just an absolutely beautiful handmade folding knife. Not new for 2025, but I only have a few of these left in stock. And these guys, I make them 100% by hand. They are incredibly time consuming to make. So it's gonna take me a long time to get those back in stock. When these sell out, there's still a few left. Moving right along, my knife that I recommend for the modern warrior, specifically special operations guys or anybody in the fight today that's a soldier frontline guy, is the Bone Neoteric Gladius. This has the same system back here as that the Bowie has, the same clip system. The big exception here is that this can be removed, and then once you have this taken off, okay? They can be removed on both, but once you have this taken off, you have a very streamlined blade that's still absolutely beautiful and devastating. You've got your recurve, okay, on one side, and traditional dagger on the other side, which still allows you all of the good, use of both dagger, so slashing and stabbing out of a very small profile. And it's got the ring pommel. Doesn't need to have a finger in it. You can put the finger in it, you don't have to. Again, it's not new for 2025, but that's what I recommend for my special operations guys that are actually in the fight using this stuff. There are a couple other versions of this. I think there's one high-end wood and black Resolute Warrior version. These are a couple 100% hand-forged tomahawks that I did, no holds barred. I think I have 2 or 3 of these in stock. Check those out if you want to. It's a different design, just a over-the-top version of the tomahawks. The shirt that I'm wearing, we do have a lot of new clothes in, a lot of new cuts. This is new for 2025. It looks the same as the other shirt that has been in stock, but it's a super, super, super heavy duty. It's ripstop. It's like the same thing they make combat pants out of, military uniforms, but it's the Hawaiian look. This is not the Gray Man Operation shirt. This is the Sicario shirt, so it's 2-layer. On the inside of it, it has all the way lined the whole thing with camouflage, all right? Bone Tactical proprietary camouflage. And you guys saw a video I just put up recently, no, not too long ago, this year, 2025, of this actually hiding a full plate carrier. So it's designed to hide anything you have underneath it. Fat guys love it too because it makes you look skinny, but either way, these shirts, this is the extreme duty version, very, very heavy duty, okay? So this is new for 2025. We're producing new Traveler's Money belts. This is probably my favorite fighting knife, the Bone Kogatana. Look that up on the website if you want. It's very specific fighting knife design. There's no handles whatsoever. This is the world's strongest fighting knife. It's bulletproof. It's one solid piece of 5160 steel hand forged. That's also an extreme amount of work. Again, check those out on the website if you want to see them. I don't think I've missed anything else. If I did, I'm sorry. I do apologize. We've got so many products. I'm finishing up my workshop in 2025 as well. I've got a new workshop build going on. It's 10 times bigger than my previous workshop. We're finally getting into that, getting everything running and strongly and smoothly. So expect more innovation from Bone Tactical. I think innovation is probably the word with Bone Tactical. I really want to thank you guys for your support. We've just had a crazy, crazy run. I started out, I guess, making a couple tomahawks for some special forces guys and some bone breaker keychains for my buddies, and it just blew up on Instagram. And then now I'm making the world's most effective edged weapons, self-defense tools, and non-permissive environment gear. I want to thank you guys for the support and for the opportunity that you've given me to share my gift with the world and to be able to really change the game. I think I forgot to mention the karambit. Just finished up some Modern Warrior ones. I think those were sold out for a while. But yeah, so many products from Bone Tactical. I could probably make a video that takes a week. That's the gist of it. Combat pants are still in stock. A few of the combat pants, not many. And check out the clothing line. I don't have all that stuff up here. Thanks for watching. Bone out.